What's up, guys? It's funny because as I was getting ready to make this video, I'm like, man, I gotta find. Usually, I'm like, I want to record this at 1 p.m., 12 p.m. I'm gonna be outside. Prime time to be in public, by the way, if you didn't know, is between like 12 and 2 p.m. because no one's out. Everyone's at work, everyone's at school. But I was a little bit backed up, so I'm recording this a little bit later. There's a bunch of people out here. They're about to play soccer or something, but it doesn't even matter. So, what did I want to talk about today? I wanted to inform you that it's not going to get easier. It's not going to get any easier. Life's not going to get any easier. And if anything, it's probably going to get harder. So why do I want to talk about this? So I'm just looking back and reflecting on my life, and I'm just thinking about some of the things I've been going through recently, and it brought me to a realization I think I've come to before. And I was like, man, let me talk about this and make a video on it for the people out there who are going to see it. Guys, I'm not 50 years old. I haven't lived a ton of life. I'm not advantageous in the realm of experience, right? That's not my advantage. That's not where I dominate. I don't have a ton of it. But through my years in life, there's one thing that I've learned, and I've learned to be true and an absolute fact. And that's, guys, there's always going to be a hardship. In life, there's always going to be something that comes up. As soon as you think everything's tranquil, it's nice and serene, there's nothing going on, nothing bad's gonna happen, guess what's gonna come up? A problem. So there's a couple things I want to talk about within that point. Now, let me give you an example, guys. There's gonna be times where you get in a car accident, right? You got $1,000 in your bank account, but you had an unexpected bill for 500. And then at the same time, your other bills hit for 300 for your phone bill and water bill. Now you got 200 left. You got to eat. Now you got 150. And then you get in a car accident the next week. And that car accident, your insurance is going to cover things. But just for you to get your car back in running condition, you got to go spend $100 at the auto shop. Now you got $50 left. Then you're going to get a phone call from your mom. She's going to need something. She's going to need help from you. She's going to need some money from you. Then you might get a call from someone in another state who's also going to need some money, also going to need some help from you. You're like, man, this is a lot going on. You're going to be chilling. 1 week later, you're going to be just relaxing. You're going to be going down the stairs. Boom, you drop your phone. You're like, no way. Out of all things, this phone better not be cracked. You're going to jog down the steps. You're going to pick it up. You're going to turn it. And guess what's going to be there? A crack on your phone. And then as you got that crack on your phone, you're going to be trying to figure out, man, what do I do? This is going to cost me $100 to fix the screen. You're going to be trying to figure it all out. Guess what? As you're looking at your phone with the crack on it, you're going to get a call within 5 minutes of that incident. And it's going to be a call saying, hey, you're past due on this. Or, hey, let's say you own a business. Your biggest deal is slipping through the cracks. Or, hey, man, we had this issue arise. It's going to cost this much. And then 2 weeks later, you're going to be in a relationship, and 2 weeks later, you're going to have an incident with your girlfriend. Your girlfriend's going to call you, and you're going to go on social media and find out she was on Tinder. You're going to find out she was scrolling. You're like, man, why is my girlfriend on Tinder? It's going to be a shit ton of things going on. And then 2 weeks later from that day, you're going to be like, man, I've had so much going on. It seems like things are calming down. You're going to kick your feet up. You're going to be feeling better. And guess what? You're going to get a call. Hey, man, your family member, David, just got in an accident, and he's at the hospital. He's fine, but he's at the hospital. Man, the point that I'm trying to make, guys, is there's always going to be something that comes up. And one thing you need to do is you need to change your perspective on it. First, you need to accept that something's always going to come up. Because one thing I've noticed, one thing I've learned to be true, is the people that have the hardest times accepting problems, people that have the hardest times dealing with hardships and adversities, it's unequivocally are the people who refuse to accept the fact that they're going to be coming continuously. It's never going to stop. So the first thing I want to tell you is learn to accept the fact that there will be hardships, there will be problems. The second thing I want to share with you, you need to change the way you view it. You need to change the way you view it. You need to switch your perspective on problems from it being, hey, I have an issue, to it being, hey, it's an opportunity. Man, your girlfriend was scrolling on Tinder. You know what? This is an opportunity. This just gave me an opportunity to get rid of my girlfriend. This just gave me an opportunity to call her out on it. and prevent this relationship from going any longer We find out there's a problem now. Let me get rid of her. Your phone cracks. Man, you've had the same phone for 5 years. You don't want to spend the money, but you know what? You were going to have to get it eventually. At least you're having to do it now. You won't have to worry about that. You get in a car accident. Man, I just got in a car accident. My car's messed up. But you know what? It's fine. Because someone else got in a car accident and they didn't make it home. And they had 2 kids, but I did. Man, you know what? My cousin John got in a car accident. He's sick. He's in the hospital. And I got to go see him now. This is terrible. Number 1, remember, he's still fine. David's fine. This is an opportunity. You know what? I'm so thankful to Yahuwah that David's just fine and he didn't die. But this is an opportunity for us to tighten our bond and make our relationship stronger. I'm going to go see him when he's in a time of need. I'm going to bring him a gift. I'm going to catch up with him. This is a time for me to see family, be with family. And, you know, some of you are probably listening to me say this, and you're like, bro, how could you view it that way? These are all issues. They are. But they're also an opportunity. I'm not denying that all these things are terrible things that have happened. I'm just trying to tell you there's a whole nother side to it that you haven't even looked at, because you know it's in the way of you being able to see it? Your perception on it. Your understanding on it, your view on it. Yes, it's a problem, but it's also an opportunity. If you run a business and let's say one of your biggest deals, your biggest clients slip through the cracks, or they leave on you, or you get done wrong in business, or at your job, your boss fires you, it's still an opportunity. But there's another thing that's so beautiful about all this, even though I don't love it, but it's so beautiful about all this. The final form of your perception on this should be, it's an opportunity for me to grow. It's an opportunity for me to become better. It's an opportunity for me to become stronger. It's an opportunity for me to become a better person, a more tolerable person to hardship. It's funny because if I were to ask you, hey, I'm sending you to war next month. I got 10 swords right here. Which one do you want? You know what you're going to say? You're not even going to look at it. You're going to say, bro, whichever sword is the most durable, and whichever sword is the sharpest, correct? Okay. In this life, we're constantly going to be at war. But guess what? The more you go through, the more forging you go through, the sharper and more durable the sword becomes. The sharper and more durable you become. And the further you'll be able to go, the more you'll be able to accomplish, and the more you'll be able to conquer. So change your perception on it. It's funny because even when I look around, a lot of times, some of the best people I know in life, the nicest people, the most kind people, the people with the best sense of humor, people who are genuinely funny, a lot of times it's because they've been through the most. And they're so strong. They're like an anchor in their family, and they're able to do so much for others and for their family. So guys, I really want to hit hard on this. Remember, there's always going to be a problem. But change your perception on it. Understand it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for something to get fixed, but it's also an opportunity for you to grow and to become stronger, and for the sword to become sharper and more durable. Never forget that. That's all I want to talk about, guys. Life, it's not easy. There's always going to be a problem, and things are going to come at you from all different angles. You're going to get punched in the stomach, kicked in the throat, kicked in the dick. If you're a guy, I don't know, bro. If you're a woman, you're going to get slapped. There's always going to be something. But don't give up. Never stop. Keep going. Make that one promise to yourself. Commit to that today. No matter what happens, I'm never going to stop. I'm always going to keep going, no matter what. And then from there, Proverbs 3:5-8, trust in Yahuwah with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear Yahuwah, and depart from evil. For this will be health to your flesh and marrow to your bones. That's all I want to talk about, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and take care.